render that shit, bro?
Hell yeah.
On his MacBook Pro.
On your MacBook Pro, how long does it take to render like a 30-minute video?
Dumb long.
Yeah.
360.
I like how he's saying it like he knows when I don't even know.
I don't have to know the exact number. It's a 4K 60 FPS video.
My laptop is dying, bro.
Dumb long.
Turning into the Human Torch slowly.
Alright, let's take a look at whatever this is. So you don't have any opening device. I don't want to rip your new box.
You're really fuzzy.
Oh, yo.
Feeling.
Oh, I was about to say. Little unboxing
Look,
night.
that's nice. There you go.
See, and for when you're done.
Because we know you're gonna need that.
The fact that he has this is hilarious.
Because he knows
In the
he's gonna
same
need
pocket,
it.
like it's really
he knows.
fun.
He knows. He's like, I spoke up sometimes.
Come on, bro. So now this one, they have a little secret. What are you doing, bro? Son, I know what I'm doing. Leave him. Cut away from me, son. I told you. I'm the one that tells people that, but I'm not cutting. I'm making incisions. Oh, incisions. Do as I say, not as I do. Yep, doctor. All right, LA. Bro, you're not just gonna come
in here and make me a camera guy, bro.
I gotta get the Switch out of my bag. I need 2 hands.
This guy. This better all be edited out. Bro, there's just like a pizza box in here. What is this? What is this?
This is first of all, we got ourselves AA batteries
Included? Yo.
Duracell?
This is the future, bro.
Actually, oh, it is Duracell. I was about to say.
Bro, they gave it its own little case.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
What's that, a Vita?
Son.
We don't talk about the Vita no more? Oh, okay.
Already, it's feeling kind of light. Not gonna lie. Now maybe the batteries will help with that.
Feels like it came out of a claw grab. Oh no! What happened?
Let's take this out.
It's still recording. It just saves battery.
Oh.
My guy is like war ready.
Nah, this is for him.
Am I tripping or is that shit smaller than it? Oh, that's not even the real one.
Let me just, I want.
All right. Real comparison.
He just has a GameCube controller handy at any given moment.
It's not that uncommon.
They actually sell a holster for your waist. Just to carry around.
So mine's pretty used. If you're like a Smash player, specifically a Melee player, and you like your controllers, you're thinking right now at this point. You're like, if you just bought this, you're probably in the thinking stage. Right?
Sitting on the couch right now, like, where do I even buy batteries?
You haven't even played yet. All right. First off, okay. The pluses, without even connecting it, is that obviously it's wireless, but it's got the like switch buttons built in, which is obvious. You see that on the box, but that's nice for an old ass controller. What the hell?
Yo,
Mission
we got a
Impossible,
mute
don't
on
mind
this?
Son. The next plus is that it adds ZR, ZL, L, and R, so that you can actually, get all 4 of those button words. The normal game controller only has L, R, Z. Does not have a left ZR button. I don't know what made them think of that. So when the GameCube came out, like PS2 was out, like, son, it had 4 buttons. Anyway.
So it's wireless only?
Oh, third plus. Son, these click.
Look at that.
Son, that, like, Nintendo made a really good controller, but imagine if this controller could click. That's what I'm feeling right now. This feels good.
Okay.
Being able to click, because if you take this now, if you play with GameCubes, you never do this because it doesn't do it. But if it could click, that would be amazing.
Wait, what does that mean though?
It had the extra input, extra buttons.
So you can map that.
Yeah, these are buttons. It doesn't just click for no reason. Like this would be
Game's over.
sprint in a game. It could be whatever you want.
Game's over.
But the plastic feels really. It might just be like, it might not. Chinatown.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
But it just feels like the actual like. Yeah, it feels rough. Like it doesn't feel as smooth as this one. But then again, I haven't played with the Smash 4 controller recently, so I don't remember if that's how that one was.
Durability?
Durability wise, it
how many
feels
times
light.
can I drop this?
Son, this feels light. I'm not gonna hold you like. And I hate this. It feels small. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, dude, this feels small, son. So like, when you hold this, look at where my
No, it looks smaller.
you see my pinky touching my palm. My pinky is like touching my palm when I hold this one, and I have big hands, I'll admit. But like, you know what that means. Yo, the big. It's like.
Gloves.
At first, I thought it was just. the trigger position, but no, the triggers are actually smaller. And when I compare,
Yeah, you can definitely see it.
Put it up to the camera.
Yeah, come on, bro. What are you?
So when you compare, and I hold these ones, my pinkies aren't touching my palm anymore. I'm not holding. I mean, the way I hold a GameCube controller, you know, I have my hands over.
So, Terrence,
What's up?
what do you think of this controller?
You know, it actually pleasantly surprised me. I definitely thought it was gonna be trash, but that's just because if you've ever played with like, you know, the old school third party GameCube controllers, they're pretty trash. So that's what I thought this was gonna be. But you know, it's actually pretty cool, convenient, added the extra buttons and whatnot. And obviously the fact that it's wireless, you know, makes it super convenient. Comparing it to like a regular GameCube controller though, I don't think it's, you know, perfect. It's smaller, which is one, I don't think that's good. Two, it just doesn't feel as right. I mean, it's got like one thing I didn't really mention when I was looking at it initially was that the triggers are they have travel, but they're both digital. That's not really a problem because it's the same thing on the GameCube controllers when you plug them into a Switch. But it's just weird not to just have them immediately give an input when you press the trigger. Basically, like the old GameCube controllers, they used to be able to be analog when you push them down, and at the very end there's a click, and that click was the digital input. But since on the Switch, it doesn't support that, so it's just on or off. But they still have that travel.
I never got that. What? Because like the Pro controller for the Switch to me is like nearly a perfect controller, but the triggers are just buttons.
Right. Yeah, they're just well, I don't know if it's a support issue or what, but like on the GameCube there were games that specifically needed that as a feature, whether it was Smash with light shielding and whatnot, or it's super famously like the Super Mario Sunshine. You could shoot out a little bit of water, or you could shoot out a bunch, like a bunch of games used to. But you know, Switch games doesn't look like they're using that right now, so the GameCube controller doesn't support that either. Anyway, it's like there's small things like that. I don't think it's one-to-one to a GameCube controller, but the fact that it's wireless, the fact that it has the plus buttons and everything, you can wake up the Switch if you wanted it to. Like, oh, that's convenient. That's all super convenient. So if you're just looking for like, if you've played Smash a bunch, maybe not super hardcore crazy, but you've definitely played with a GameCube controller and you want it to be a little more convenient, then this probably won't be a problem. But if you have played it a little more often, where you want like a, you know, true wireless GameCube controller, like the Wavebird comes to mind. I wouldn't say use that controller. That one's huge. I actually have one of those.
My real question for this, as someone who just wasted his money on this thing, is do you think it would be, I mean, you might be biased because you've used a GameCube controller a lot, but you think it would be a viable controller for other games? Like here, I'm not used to the GameCube controller at all, and it was like all over the place for me. Like the button placement, I don't know what was what. Like it took me a second to figure out like how to just attack.
I think that was just because you were used to the Joy-Cons. I could definitely see you using this as like a normal controller. It might mess with some games. Probably not the one we're playing now because this is a port anyway.
Yeah,
it's probably on the GameCube, right? Was it? I don't remember. Anyway, it's like you could.
I think it was PS2 and Xbox. I don't know. Maybe GameCube. I don't know.
Like if you just remember what the positions are, like you know, A button's the big green one in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could use this for any game that comes out. Because like I said, it's way like you could just carry this in your bag, like you would a Pro controller, and you have a wireless controller. And I'm pretty sure it has gyro controls as well, so it actually is very similar to the Pro controller. It's just that it doesn't have
the motion controls.
It has motion controls. It doesn't have the NFC or whatever, you know, to scan amiibos and whatnot.
I didn't know this even had the motion controls. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, so you can definitely use it as like a Pro controller replacement. Plus, it's like way cheaper, right? I don't think it has HD rumble either. I don't even know if it has rumble. That's the one thing I don't know. I think it does have regular rumble.
It's 10 or 20 bucks cheaper, I think.
I think it doesn't.
Ooh, I don't think it has rumble either. I think that might have been why it was so light.
Yeah, because you're right. The motors would have rated it down. But all in all, I solid 7.5 out of 10.
7.5.
Yeah, in fact, the Pro Controller feels great. I think that's like a 8, 9 out of 10. GameCube controller also feels great, 8, 9 out of 10. But the fact that it's wired kind of goes down back. Because like, if I want to go to your house and play with the GameCube controller, here's my GameCube controller, and also here's my adapter, and here's my dock because I have to plug that in.
That's why I got the wireless.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean, definitely gonna be a Player 2 controller for me.
Wow.
Since I have the Pro controller and I have a wired one and everything, but we're running out of time here, so that's Terrence's opinion on the new wireless GameCube controller for the Nintendo Switch. Thanks for bearing with us.